On this episode of RCKicks, I'm speed building the brand new kit from Tamiya, the Escort Mk.2 Rally. Can I build it in under 4 hours? Stay tuned to find out.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Right 2 plus long, opens right 5, and short left 6, brake in right 4 plus, then left 2 plus.
Hi, welcome to RCKicks. On today's show, well, I'm going to build the brand new Escort Rally that arrived yesterday. If you haven't seen the unboxing video for this, I'll put a link up here. Go check that out. When you've watched that, come back and then we'll kick off building this. Go on. I'm waiting. It's okay. Take your time. I'm not going anywhere. And you're back? Was it good? Did you enjoy it? Brilliant. Right, let's unpack this and lay it all out so we can kick off the speed build. Obviously, I'm not going to bother showing you this. I'm going to use a bit of YouTube magic and we will snap straight to ready to go. Right, we're all set, ready to go. So we're kicking off on page 5 and it's number 3, which is basically building a diff. Now this kit is the long wheelbase, which is 239. Also, it's the high one, which is, it doesn't say the actual height, but it just says you have 2 choices, low and high. So this is the high one. Right, let's kick off and see if I can do it. Actually, I need a clock, don't I? Okay, let's get the clock. Good. Right, we're going to kick off at 11 o'clock. So, yeah, we've got 3 minutes to wait. It's close enough. Right, let's kick off. 4 hours. Can I have this kit finished by 3 p.m. today, which is good because I've got to pick up my daughter, so that would work perfectly. But realistically, I think the body's gonna do me. If I've got 2 hours to do the chassis and then 2 hours to do the body, we'll see. Let's kick off. On page 5, number 4, it asks you to apply some sponge. It asks you in the manual a few times to put it in different places. Now, I'm not sure what this is all about, but the only thing I can think of is to keep dust out of some joins. It's good to see we get metal gears in both diffs, but it would be nice if there was bearings in this kit. As you can see, I didn't fit bearings, I fitted plastic bushes. That's because I'm going to sell this chassis on once I've finished with it. As I don't have a servo right now, I'm going to mount the servo mount in the car, as well as I'll attach the screws so I know where everything is when I actually fit a new servo. In this kit you get 2 sets of grease, so you can use it liberally. It's very clever what Tamiya did here. To be able to give you the option to set different wheelbases, they actually give you different inserts at different thicknesses, so you can mix and match them to change the wheelbase. The only downside to this is the prop shaft is metal, so it's a fixed length. So depending on which wheelbase, you have to get the appropriate prop shaft. Changing the wheelbase at a later date is not difficult at all, as long as you have the relevant prop shaft. Right, we've made it to having an actual chassis in one piece. As you can see, it's the long wheelbase. There's two brackets you actually put in to give you the distance between the front and rear of the car. Now, there's one thing I'm sure you'll notice. There's a big hole here where a servo should be, and I've completely run out of servos. I did try to see if I could scavenge a servo from somewhere else, but like how life is, I found that the cars that I would like to take it out of were more hassle than it was worth, and the ones that were easy, I didn't want to remove them from those cars. So I've placed an order for some servos, so what I'll do is I'll build it now for the show, and then I'll go back off camera and put the servo in for the next running video and comparison video between this and the M08. I didn't want to hold off, so I thought I'll just keep going. I'm building up all the bits and pieces. Yes, it's a bit more of a hassle because this chassis, one thing I don't like about it is access to that servo is a pain. You've got to move the prop off, you've then got to undo and take the front section off, then you've got to separate the front section to get at it. So it is a lot of work, but hey, I'll do it off camera, you guys won't see it. And then the next video, it'll all be perfect. Right, let's keep going. We're now on page 14, number 19, we're starting the arms. Yes, friction shocks, we're all fans of those, aren't we? It's a bit of a shame, but I would swap them out, and I did actually swap them out for oil shocks on my other MF-01X chassis. If you look at the rear dog bones, you'll notice that they point backwards. That's quite a sharp angle for them, but it doesn't seem to interfere or cause any problems. I do like the uprights in red. It does add a bit of splash of colour to the chassis. One thing that's nice is you can actually adjust the teeth mesh of the motor, and obviously you can change the pinion. You have quite a range of pinions that you can use in this chassis. I just fitted standard electronics, nothing special in it. We're just going with the standard electronic speed controller that came with the kit. So there you go, that's the chassis done. Unfortunately, I don't have the servo, and now I've built it up, I've realised how much work it's going to be to put the servo in afterwards. Never mind, we'll keep going. Who didn't say I was the genius in the bunch, did I? Well, unfortunately, looking at the time, it took longer than I thought, so I don't realistically think I'm going to be able to cut all the decals out and fit them on the body in an hour. I reckon it'll take me about 40 minutes to cut out the decals, and it'll probably take me another hour to put them on. So we're definitely not going to end by 3 o'clock, but we'll carry on anyway. No issues with the car really. I did put one long pin through one of the arms when it should have been a short one, and then I had to figure out why I had one long one and one short one at the end, but it didn't take me long to figure out that. But apart from that, pretty straightforward. Right, let's crack on, cut out the decals. I applied all the decals, but I did leave off the decals that were on the front valance. They are supposed to represent an air intake, but I don't like them very much, so I left them off. Now there's lots of different ways to fit decals, and it's down to what works for you. A lot of people use the soapy water technique. I mainly use the cut a small section of the back, line it up, and then apply the decals. One section I really struggled on was the front grille. Now in hindsight, I think it's better to actually fit the light decals first and then apply the grille decal over the top afterwards. In the manual it has you do it the other way round. And there you go, finished. Whew. How did I do? Yeah, 3 o'clock.